So today's discussion is going to be on the golden child versus the scapegoat, as well as some of the other children in the family and how that plays out. This was actually a video request from me, and I will try to make a unique contribution, as you know, that's really what my channel is about, and definitely talk about the more energetic or spiritual aspects later on. You would probably want to begin with understanding that a narcissist cannot see in grayscale. They can't see in gray. They can only see in black or white. So to a narcissist, a person is either all good or all bad. And the strange thing is that may have very little to do with who you are as a person. Typically what happens is you get idealized and you're treated like you're made out of gold. Now what happens is eventually you get devalued, you get tarnished, and you get discarded like you were never worth anything. That seems to be the pattern in romantic relationships. It's different in the family. It's kind of mysterious. One child becomes the golden child and stays the golden child, and the other child becomes the tarnished scapegoat. One is all good and one is all bad. In the event that there's a third, fourth, fifth, sixth child, seventh, what is likely to happen is they're going to sort of be neither one of those. They're going to sort of fall into their own world of fantasy and sort of withdrawal. It's similar to other patterns like the family hero versus the rebel. And what is amazing is that oftentimes the golden child, if the golden child grows up to have a child, then their child becomes the golden grandchild. And I'm convinced if time permitted, they'd have the golden great-grandchild. Whereas the children of the scapegoat seem to follow the pattern of the scapegoated parents. You can also have a parentified child, which eventually has to take on the role of being the parent to the parents. In a way that is not just helping out, or in a way that is not just helping your parents when they're elderly, but in a way that the child has to become parentified. So the golden child is probably, if not a full-blown narcissist, they're probably narcissistic. And in fact, so would the more rebellious child, because the thing about it is some of the children will have enough narcissistic traits to have escape velocity, like a rocket that escapes gravity. Once it reaches a certain speed, you know, you have to have escape velocity, and enough narcissistic traits, you're going to have escape velocity. Well, the codependent doesn't have that escape velocity, so they stay there. They become the parentified child. They take care of the parents, but that doesn't make them golden. The golden child can be a narcissist who could care less about anybody and still be loved and adored. It's very hard to tarnish the golden child. If the golden child did something wrong in their teen years, it's probably forgotten. If the scapegoat does something wrong in their teen years, it's probably always remembered. Now let's discuss this energetically. How one is a blessing, one is blessed, and one is cursed. Is it possible that the golden child, and a lot of people talk about the codependent having bad luck, and codependents do have bad luck in life. And or even more empathic people tend to have the worst luck here in life. And is it possible that the golden child is receiving all of the positive energy and siphoning off the positive energy that would have been distributed to the other children in the family? Because the golden child does not seem to undergo as much hardship. And energetically speaking, it would be interesting to think about the energetic implications of the siphoning off of positive energy and actually blessing one child and cursing the rest. Very interesting to think about. So this topic's a little different for me today, and I hope the discussion was up to par with the rest of the videos. So